You know that feeling, right? That horrible sudden lurch. The engine just gives up. And then that awful silence hits. All you've got are your hazard lights blinking away like a tiny distress signal. It's that universal sinking feeling of a car breakdown. So, to really get what happens next, let's just dive into a specific scenario and see how a roadside rescue actually unfolds step by step.
Okay, so let's take that feeling and drop it into a real place. Picture this. You're driving through Dandenong South. Maybe you're heading home from work, maybe you're in the middle of a delivery, and then, bam, it happens. Your car just dies, and you're definitely not on some quiet country road.
Nope, you are stuck smack in the middle of a bustling industrial zone. I mean, think about it. You've got huge trucks rumbling past, constant traffic, all the noise and pressure of a commercial hub. Your stress level, it just skyrockets. You're not just inconvenienced here. You're in a spot that feels pretty unsafe and you need help, like right now.
So, what's the absolute first thing pretty much all of us do in this situation? We reach for that little magic box in our pocket that promises to solve everything, our smartphone. The modern call for help isn't a flare gun anymore, is it? It's a quick Google search.
And this, right here, this is that exact moment. You're frantically typing in the most logical thing you could think of: tow truck near me. It seems like such a simple request, but what you're really looking for is a promise on the other side of that screen. A clear, loud message that says, don't worry, we've got you, we'll be there. So that search, it connects you to a potential savior. But, in that moment of panic, how do you even know you're calling the right people? Well, the answer really comes down to one critical promise that cuts through all the other noise. Let's see what it is. And there it is. In a situation where every single minute feels like an hour, the most valuable thing in the world is speed. This isn't just about getting your car moved. It's about getting you out of a stressful and, let's be honest, a potentially dangerous situation as fast as humanly possible. A service that gets that isn't just a convenience, it's absolutely vital for your safety.
In a crisis, this is what it all boils down to: a direct line to help. All the fancy websites and five-star reviews in the world don't mean a thing if you can't actually make the call. That's why having a number like this saved in your phone before anything happens is the real game changer. It's the difference between having a plan and just having a panic.
All right, so you found a service that's fast. That's great. But what if your problem isn't just a simple breakdown? What if you're a tradesperson with a van packed with tools? Or you're dealing with something much, much bigger? A really good roadside service needs to have a pretty versatile toolkit. So the big question is this service just for your average family car, or can it handle some of those heavy-duty vehicles we were just picturing in that industrial zone? Let's take a look at the full range of what they can actually do. Okay, so you've got your standard breakdown towing, obviously. That covers our scenario. But look at the other stuff. Trade vehicle transport, that's huge. If a work van goes down, a whole business can grind to a halt. Then you see they handle heavy machinery and truck towing, which takes some serious specialized gear. And finally, emergency accident towing, a situation where you absolutely need professionalism and care. So yeah, this is about way more than just cars. It's about supporting pretty much everything that moves on the road. So knowing what a service can do is half the battle, right? The other half is knowing where they can do it. A promise of a fast response doesn't mean much if you're miles outside their service area. So let's check out the map and see where this promise of help actually applies. As you can see, the service area covers all these key suburbs in Melbourne's southeast. For anyone who lives or works around here, knowing this ahead of time is, well, it's just a crucial part of being prepared for the unexpected. So, look, we've walked through a really specific scenario with a very specific solution right there in Dandenong South. But the principles we've covered, they apply to every single driver everywhere. You can think of this whole story as a kind of blueprint for how you can be ready for one of the most common and stressful things that can happen to any of us behind the wheel. So let's just turn the question back to you for a second. Is your plan ready? Do you know who you would call if this happened to you right now? Is their number actually in your phone? Do you even have a basic emergency kit in your car? This whole explainer really just boils down to this one question. Because at the end of the day, the best roadside rescue is always the one you've already planned for.